I've compiled 25 discoveries that I've made during thousands of hours of researching GTA 6. I've been obsessively covering this game for a while now, and I try to look past the obvious and between the lines to find the information that most people aren't covering. Now, I can say with a certain level of confidence that most, if not all, of these discoveries will make it into the final game based purely on the evidence that I've found. You're gonna wanna stick around for this one. I'm Sav. This ain't your average YouTube clickbait. Let's dive in. Today we face an enemy unlike any before it. A flood of fake gameplay, thumbnails, titles, new leaks. They lure us in with promises and big red arrows and deliver nothing but rage and disappointment. But we will not surrender our dignity. We refuse to be fooled. Today we stand strong against clickbait. We will scroll past the AI-generated lies. We will take back YouTube. We will reclaim it from the invaders who seek to cheapen and destroy our beloved platform. Today we... I'm kidding, just click subscribe. That's how we fight back. Okay, so we know based on the 2022 leaks that the police will be using a description system to identify the player. They're going to be giving descriptions of not only your vehicle as they did in GTA 5, but also your appearance. There may be a soft wanted level system, meaning that even if you do lose your stars, you can still be spotted and re-engaged if you haven't ditched your car or your clothing. We also know from a leak clip in 2022 that your position is not known unless you're spotted by an enemy, so gone may be the days of cops losing line of sight, only to magically pick up your scent in level 4 of a parking garage they never saw you enter. And speaking of AI, based on a patent-labeled system and method for virtual navigation in a gaming environment approved back in 2021, it suggests that NPCs will be navigating the game world more fluidly in GTA 6. This will be needed for water navigation for sure, but the implications bleed over into the streets, allowing NPCs to avoid the senseless and awkward traffic jams that we saw in GTA 5. It's looking increasingly likely that we're going to be getting some kind of phone system upgrade in GTA 6, either an enhanced, fleshed-out version of the in-game phone, or an app that you can download in real life that connects you to your online character when you're AFK. Rockstar has been hastily hiring mobile software engineers behind the scenes. Another patent-labeled systems and methods for virtual character locomotion points to an upgrade to the rigging and animations for both player-controlled models and NPCs, which checks with the continuous enhancements to the Euphoria physics engine that we've seen in each Rockstar release since GTA 4. This will allow more detailed animations like limping, environmental effects on movement, and more visceral reactions to taking damage like bullets to the limbs, affecting aim and movement. And while we're still talking patents, let's discuss system and method for game, object, and environment generation. This patent allows Rockstar to automatically generate interiors based on keywords, meaning less dev time being spent on designing interiors, which opens more doors, literally. It's speculated that 70% of interiors will be enterable in GTA 6. I have no idea if that's true, but that's the rumor floating around. This could be the very reason that this is possible, though. The previous bottleneck being allocation of resources and spending too much dev time trying to design interiors. The weapon system is getting some big changes, one of which is the weapon wheel. You'll no longer be able to pull your minigun out of your pants. Weapons will be handled like they were in Red Dead Redemption 2, which means that you'll likely need a more reasonable way to transport them. But there are a host of other clues that point to weapons being stashable in vehicles. But this clip from the website feels like Rockstar is kind of flaunting it in our face. The sound design is also getting some upgrades as you would expect. Based on the leaked early build we saw in 2022, gunshots have been reworked, sounding more impressive, and things like bodies hitting cars or doors closing have all gotten unique dynamic sound upgrades. Once you're in a vehicle, you'll be able to use the first-person mode to interact with a functioning dashboard GPS in certain vehicles. This will allow you to turn off your minimap and immerse yourself in the world without getting lost. We know this from the 2022 leaks as well. In the first trailer, we can see an abundance of marine wildlife close to the coastline, such as sharks and dolphins swimming in pods. We can see the shark swimming directly beneath this poor fella in the screenshots. This tells us that marine life won't be as difficult to find as it was in GTA 5. In addition, I do believe that we'll see interactions with NPCs and wildlife in random encounter style scenarios. In the trailers, we see NPCs on phones everywhere, which makes sense given the fact that GTA games have always been a direct reflection of American culture. Social media presence is even more a part of our lives now than it was back in 2013, and given the Instagram style posts we see in the first trailer, it would seem that NPCs may now actually have the ability to make social posts. These social posts may even feature the player and the antics that you get up to in-game. I just made a video going much deeper into the evidence for this next one, but there are a ton of clues out there pointing to Rockstar developing their own internal version of 5M Roleplay. I believe this platform is part of a larger implementation of user-generated content, or UGC. For those unfamiliar, look to Fortnite Creative or think Roblox in a GTA world. This would allow for a near endless supply of content for gamers, by gamers, without the dependence on Rockstar's development. For those like myself that enjoyed the side activities and random encounters in the GTA universe, players will be excited to know that based on the leaks in 2022, there will be an absolute ton of them. One of the more exciting entries seems to be shipwrecks, which makes sense given the history of the Caribbean and the ample opportunity to fold it into the game. Whether we're talking about pirate shipwrecks full of gold, modern-day yachts, military equipment, or exploring the more mysterious areas of the open ocean like the Bermuda Triangle. We're also seeing evidence everywhere of a kind of honor system like in Red Dead Redemption 2, but directed more towards the relationship dynamic between Jason and Lucia. This will likely affect more than just gameplay opportunities and dialogue options between the two, but it could actually tie into a more dynamic ending similar to what we saw with Arthur in Red Dead Redemption 2. From the sweat on Jason's body in Trailer 2 to the condensation on the glass bottles he carries out of the convenience store, we can see that Rockstar is paying much closer attention to the detail in GTA 6. Now, given the aquatic nature of the Leonida coastline and the sheer amount of rain that it gets, it stands to reason that the water will be given some extra love. One such feature will be improved puddle systems. This will not only be apparent when driving or boating around the region, but also water dripping off the player and accumulating underneath them. The ample graphics upgrades that Rockstar has made to the engine will make all of this possible. One of the more interesting additions to the game is the existence of trauma kits. This is a first for GTA. We had something similar in Red Dead Redemption in the way of snake oils, liquor, and food items, but this curiously doesn't seem to fit even within that category. This to me looks more like a byproduct of the unique animations affecting player movement as it relates to injury. I believe this will either be used to revive your partner, like the horse revive from Red Dead Redemption 2, or it'll be used to fix up the player suffering from severe injuries. We don't know exactly how deep Rockstar is going with the injury system yet, but it stands to reason between bandages and trauma kits, we may have full-on bleeding and broken bones affecting health drain and player movement. All evidence we have on driving is pointing to a more immersive experience. Rockstar is trying to appease two types of players, the arcade-style easy mode of GTA 5's car handling, or the more punishing boat-on-wheels effects of GTA 4. It is looking like they'll be splitting the difference a little bit and finding a nice halfway point. And if GameRoll's source is indeed correct, driving will be getting a nice upgrade. The same tagging system that allows Rockstar to automatically generate interiors will be applied to NPC variation depending on locations. Now this is huge. So for example, if you're in a fast food restaurant, you'll likely see more roundish people, we could say, versus the more trimmed and muscular types we see in the gym environments. That's a pretty niche example, but by using tags like old, young, fat, skinny, etc., you can dynamically generate the environment to feel varied and more immersive. Then there's the elephant in the room, Project Americas. This, for those not in the know, was the original plan for GTA 6 to include vast regions of North and South America. It is still unknown exactly how large the map will be, even with the mapping project, using code fragments and screenshots to build a version of what we're expecting. The northern edge of the map remains a total mystery, and we have no idea what lies beyond the keys to the south. The point remains that according to a Bloomberg report, the plan is still in place to actively expand the map as we know it post-launch with updates and DLC. In Trailer 1, towards the end, we can see leaves moving as the car speeds away around a corner, implying that street debris, including organic matter and trash, will be simulated to interact with the environment. Given Rockstar's history of things like deep snow and mud effects in Red Dead Redemption 2, it would make sense that this would be a natural progression of the environmental and physics mechanics. Alongside the vehicle handling upgrades, car deformation is getting some touch-ups. Grand Theft Auto 5 was a noticeable downgrade from Grand Theft Auto 4 as it pertains to car damage. GTA 6 looks to again find that sweet spot middle ground, but also it brings back things like leaking fuel and severe damage rendering the vehicle inoperable. According to the 2022 leaks, police will now have a response time, and it is speculated that the response time will be based on the severity of the crime. Punch a guy in the street and you may or may not even see a response. Hold up a diner at gunpoint and the boys in blue are making you a priority. Now this is seen as a timer at the top of the screen in the 2022 leaks, which I obviously cannot show you. This will likely solve the police randomly appearing on the streets in front of you, making it annoyingly repetitive to escape. Dynamic police responses alone could seriously add to the replay value of GTA 6. Speaking of crimes and police response, stealing cars is going to be a bit more challenging moving forward. With all the technological advances preventing or inhibiting car theft, the days of smash and grab are likely behind us. Some older models, sure, but if you're looking to grab a modern supercar, you may have to bring some special equipment. In the leaks, we see the existence of several items that could be used in these scenarios. Things like immobilizer bypass, cutoff tool, slim jim, tracker jammer, crowbar, USB drive, and auto dialer. Not to mention the status tags we see in the leak code, things like steel car full, steel car in progress, and steel car fail, which tells us that you may not always be successful when boosting a ride. Remember the crowd control mechanics like from the heist missions in GTA 5? Those will likely be included in the base gameplay for side side activities like the diner robbery leak from 2022. It is very likely that we'll be getting a more advanced vehicle interaction menu. In the leaks from 2022, there are several clips showing the movement and adjustability of things like rearview mirrors, steering wheels, seats, and sun visors. In addition to the leaks, we can see Jason driving around in Trailer 2 with the windows at different heights. Rockstar, if you're listening, don't make us break a window to do a drive-by, please. All right, guys, if you made it all the way to the end, drop a green heart in the comments, just so I know who the real ones are. And if I missed your favorite feature likely to make it into the game, let me know below. I might include it in the next video. If you want the latest GTA 6 news, click here. If you want to dive into the secrets of GTA Online, click there. I'm Sav. I'll see you guys in the next one.